Coming up, Newcastle United get some clarity on Sandro Tonali's position and the huge 3 games ahead after the national break. So plenty has been said about Sandro Tonali in the recent days, and plenty will continue to be said about him, but the facts of the matter are, what we understand from the FA is that Tonali will be able to play against Crystal Palace and will be able to play until all the evidence is gathered and the full investigation comes to a head. So for Newcastle United fans, I think it's probably an opportunity for them to really show their sort of support for the player, and I think that's probably what's going to happen in the next few days, especially if he plays against Crystal Palace. He's certainly got the warmest welcome when he signed for the club, and I think that's we're going to see a lot more of that in the next few days. You know, nobody can jump to any conclusions on anything, and it's certainly been a dramatic few days for Tonali, appearing on the front pages of a lot of the newspapers, the sport newspapers in Italy, on the front page no less, and it's probably been a difficult time for the player. Remember, he's still a young lad, and you know, he's still learning about life, not just football. So for him, this has been a tough time, losing his place in the Italy squad. I'm pretty sure he would have been looking forward to playing against England, playing against Kieran Trippier at Wembley in the Euro 2024 qualifier, and then having to lose his place in the squad amid all the sort of allegations that are going on. And again, you know, nothing has been finalised on that score. It's an ongoing situation, and for now, as I say, the FA will not stand in Newcastle's way if they want to play Tonali, if they feel he's in the right place to do it. And I'm pretty sure he will have been pleased to see his teammates and see Eddie Howe, because I think Eddie Howe, knowing him in the last couple of years, he's very big on players having a support network, and if they want to go and speak to him about anything, not just football, they've got that option to do so. So I think he'll be delighted to have Eddie Howe, and I think if anything, you know, regardless of what the future holds, this has probably made Newcastle and Tonali stronger, even stronger than they were already. It's been I wouldn't say a tough start for the player, because he got off to a flying start against Aston Villa, scoring the goal, and he's put in some good performances as well. It's probably not the start that everybody expected, because there has been a few ups and downs for the player himself, adjusting to the English game, which was always going to happen. The player himself admitted that at a press conference when Newcastle played AC Milan over at the San Siro. It was him who said it. He said he'd had a bit of some struggles to begin with, just adjusting to life in the Premier League, which a lot of players do, regardless of which league they come from or which club they come from. And a lot of players who come to Newcastle sometimes take that little while to settle in, but once they do, things can really unfold for them, and in a good way. So look, it's from Newcastle's point of view, they'll be pleased just to get him back in training, get him back around his teammates, you know, make him feel, you know, loved and wanted. And I think that's exactly what that Eddie Howe will be trying to do in the next few days. Now, we haven't heard anything from Newcastle from this situation on the record, and I don't think we will until possibly Friday, when Eddie Howe meets the press. I think it's going to be pretty obvious that he's going to get asked those questions, and I'm pretty sure he'll have all the right answers right in front of him available before that game against Crystal Palace. So you'll not want this to be any type of distraction. It's probably business as usual. Newcastle preparing for a game, preparing to get 3 points against Palace, and preparing to just get things back on track after the international break. You know, once everyone's back, settled down, Thursday, Friday, they can really start thinking about continuing what's been a great start to the season ahead of a big week. It's not just Crystal Palace, you've got Borussia Dortmund coming up in the middle of the week, and then you've got that trip to Wolverhampton Wanderers a week on Saturday. So 3 huge games coming up for Newcastle, a huge period of the season after this October international break, and they'll be desperate to get back to winning ways, and they'll believe that Tonali can be part of that.